Zadondani, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Simple Man. Now, obviously, this episode has been out for a while, but I just got around to watching it recently. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, it hurts that I'm so behind. Anyways, back to the actual topic of this video, which is Simple Man. Now, Simple Man was rather interesting, but also not so interesting. Now, and the biggest problem with it is that I'm not certain if there's mistranslations happening. Now, I watched this episode subbed, but there's a line at the end, and we'll get to it in a sec, but there's a line at the end that I'm hoping is a mistranslation because no one reacts, but we'll talk about that in a sec. Well, the reactions are weird. Anyways, let's talk about this episode. Now, to start off, Marinette is babysitting is babysitting 4 kids. Manon, the sisters of Alia, and Chris. And oh my gosh, it is insane. She gets in so much trouble because, she's an idiot and chooses to take on way too much responsibility. Oh my gosh, Marinette, why are you not figuring this out yet? You need to understand that you cannot be this stupid. You cannot be taking on so much responsibility. And then when Adrien calls her, instead of being smart and saying, "Sorry, I'm busy taking care of some kids right now. Can I help you? How do you need me now, or is there somebody else you can call?" Because she needs to take care of these kids. She should not be running off to be with Adrien at this point. Or if she is going to be going there, her primary focus should be taking care of the kids. But instead, she throws them on her grandfather, and it's just a huge mess. He gets confused because technology is so confusing to him, and it's... why? And also, the Miraculous cartoon is too confusing to him, and... yeah. Needless to say, he is very, very confused. And it's a bit funny, but at the same time, it's like, what the heck? Like, I don't know. There are some... don't get me wrong, there are a lot of people, specifically in in his generation, who do not understand technology and freak out like this. But just... they play him for jokes, and it's just, oh my gosh. There's so much wrong with this, but at the same time, it's like, it's hilarious. But the episode after that and the fight is just kind of boring, all things considered. There's just not that much else to go with it, except for the fact that the kids are the ones who do it, who save the day. Just, what? And, oh my gosh. And Marinette almost tells Adrien that she loves him, but her frickin' mouth just doesn't fucking work. Marinette has problems. Marinette cannot frickin' talk to save her life. Nor can she frickin', she makes things too complicated, but at the same time, I don't know, there's a lot to it. But, yeah. Life is life. She deals with it. And afterwards, she goes and hangs out with the others. With the kids and her grandpa. And, he understands Miraculous now, specifically the show that is within the show. It's really weird. Oh my gosh. I mean, it feels like this is their way of basically using the old content that they created without, and at least letting people know about it, but I don't know. It's so weird and so complicated and so confusing, but at the same time it makes some sense. I don't know. There's a lot to it. And obviously we'll see more as that continues, but I don't know. But it's also interesting because Marinette's grandpa says something, and this is the part that I'm hoping is a mistranslation, because he says, that she looks a lot like you. To which Marinette doesn't react, but instead the kids react and are like, no, 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 no. And it's like, what the fro? Do the kids know? Do the kids know? Because, yeah, there is a lot to that. Because, remember, this is the latest episode. So, and chronologically, that we have seen so far. Dearest Family is going to be taking place afterwards, and that hasn't come out yet, so I don't know what's going to be happening with that situation, but yeah, that's weird. Do the kids know that Marinette is Ladybug? Because that would be confusing, and also Marinette seems very nonchalant about it, but I don't know. There's a lot to it, and it's, like I said, it is confusing, and there's just not enough information. And I think that's the biggest problem that it's the problem that I've been having for a while with Miraculous. These different broadcasters put these shows, or these episodes, out of order so freaking much. Like, Furious Fu, for some reason, is, like, it was the first episode that we saw, and yet it is, like, there's so much that is missing there. You don't understand what she's gone through recently with the events of Truth, Lies, and whatchamadoodle, and Gang of Secrets. We don't understand that yet, and why hanging out with Master Fu was so important to her, and why she would be willing to give up the Miraculous Box to the frickin' Guardian, to the other Guardian, Su Han. And it just gets worse and worse and worse. There are so many points that are like this that it's just confusing. Now, luckily, this season has been regularly dealing with this stuff in actual chronological order, but at the same time, it's confusing, and also, this felt like an episode that was meant to remind people of how the series started out. But the series has gotten way better over the years, so I don't understand why people would be wanting it to go back to the way it was. The episodic nature that it had before, while it was useful for the way that things are currently, where they're just showing them out of order, it's just not, it's so different and so confusing, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with. I don't know. We'll probably see more and more as the series continues, and we'll understand this episode more very soon. But it also makes me realize that Dearest Family may be a bit more complicated than we thought. Perhaps Dearest Family is actually going to be talking about Marinette's family, or possibly Adrian's family, and the reveal actually finally happening. Just a thought, and there's a lot of things that are going to happen, but we don't know. There's so much to deal with, and one of the biggest problems is that these episodes are just airing out of order all the freaking time. Luckily, we have, like, half the season on Disney Plus now, so we can go back and watch some of this stuff. But at the same time, it's just going to take a while for us to get used to all of this. But anyways, guys, I don't know. We'll see how things continue with Miraculous as we continue, and hopefully this episode was a little less confusing to some of you guys, because I'm hoping that some of you will be able to give me some better context. Maybe those of you in Brazil who actually speak Portuguese could actually help me out with a little bit of the translation and help me understand a little bit more of what they said, at least until we can get an English dub of it, because that will be way more helpful. But anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. Of course, if you are going to leave a theory, make sure to say theory review somewhere in your comment. And of course, if you guys haven't yet, please, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and ring that notification bell. And of course, if please check out the links down in the description below. It will help us out a ton. Just checking out all of the ways they can support us, including our social medias, our other channels, and ways they can support us financially, including the merch store, the book, and of course our Patreon, which a big thank you to our current patron, Sheen and Joseph, and also a big thank you to anyone who's been listening to the songs over on Spotify. But anyways, guys, I have been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on!